So today first thing what we'll do that we'll create a buffer pool and we'll associate that buffer pool with the table space which you are going to create.
Okay.
Okay. So just again go back to the, okay, there one tab called buffer pools are there. That so we can list out the existing buffer pools from the this view. And as I explained earlier, when you are creating a database, a default buffer pool, that is IBM default buffer pool of 1000 pages, and each page size will be the 4 KB pages.
4 KB, yeah.
So
I remember.
total size of that buffer pool will be the 4 MB size. Now
Okay.
that may not be sufficient for us to manage the database for a huge databases. So either you can create a new buffer pool or you can increase the size of the existing buffer pool.
Okay.
Okay. So first let's see how to create a new buffer pool. So just click on the create new buffer pool button, give a buffer pool name.
Some character limit?
No, there is not any character
No.
limit. Okay, and the page size by default it is coming as that the default page size of the database. If you want, we can change that page size as well. The supported page size are 4 KB. You can click on the drop down menu, the page size drop down menu. Yeah, so the supported page size are 4 KB, 8 KB, 16 KB, and 32 KB.
32 KB.
Okay, so select just select the 4 KB itself. That's not a problem. Yeah, and let's give the page size as 2000 pages. Okay. Now you can just click on the show SQL. Then you will be getting, and also here there is another option is that create the buffer pool immediately. That by default the option will be created that whatever the buffer pool we will be creating, it will be automatically active. Okay, but if you're thinking that the buffer pool has to be activated only after a restart, maybe like you want to create the buffer pool for a future time, at that time you can select the option create the buffer pool on database restart. That means whenever a database is restarted, at that time only the buffer pool will be created. Okay, and also another important point to be noted is that the buffer pool will be taken, the size for the buffer pool will be taken from the physical RAM of the system.
Okay.
Okay, from the physical RAM we have given the instance memory. From the instance memory we have given the database memory. So
Okay.
the size for the buffer pool is taken from the database memory.
Okay.
Okay, so if there is not sufficient memory free available, then even though you are selecting the create buffer pool immediate option, the buffer pool will not be created because there is no memory available.
Okay.
Is that clear?
Yes.
Okay. Now you can just click on the show SQL. You will be getting the syntax for that. So the syntax will be create buffer pool, new buffer pool, immediate. Immediate means it's going to create the buffer pool immediately. And size of 2000 pages and page size is 4 KB.
Okay.
Okay.
So the page size when we are giving it in command mode, we can give 8K also.
Yeah, that's correct. So what we'll do that we will not create the buffer pool. Okay, just give okay and create the buffer pool. Then we will go back to command mode and first we will create another buffer pool. Okay.
Created.
Yeah, it's created. Now let's take the go with the command mode. So what you can do that you can start one more session and connect it to the server, and then we'll create the buffer pool. Do is possible? Yes. Yeah. Now you can connect to them. Okay. Now we can issue the command db2
Page size 4, 2.
the buffer pool has been created successfully. Okay. So now we have the buffer pool is there. Now next step we will be creating the table space and associating this with the buffer pool which we created.
Okay.
Okay. So we created a buffer pool, right?
Yes.
So let's select the how to get that information about the buffer pool.
Okay.
For that you can issue the command select star from syscat.bufferpools. .bufferpools. Yeah. So you can see that there are three buffer pool. One is IBM default buffer pool, the new buffer pool which you created graphically, and then the third buffer pool which you created command mode. Okay. Yeah.
So just this one is a view or it's a
It's a view. It's as when I was discussing about the database creation, I told there are a certain tables that is known as the data dictionary tables, which contains information about the database. Okay. So if you are if you are looking, we have not added this value to this buffer pool's data dictionary table.
okay.
We just created the buffer pool only. When you created the buffer pool,
You told me it will automatically be
yes,
by default
it will automatically gets updated to the data dictionary
data
table.
dictionary.
Yeah. So data dictionary tables, we are not permitted to modify by ourselves. The DBA or anybody cannot modify it. It has to be updated by the database itself.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay. So this is
So now we will proceed with a system manager tablespace creation through using the command prompt. So first create a directory. So the system manager tablespaces should be containing in a directory container.
okay.
Okay. So just create a directory called with your preferred name. Make sure that you are in the correct folder. Yeah.
Okay. I'm inside db2.
Now just give a PWD so that you will be getting where you are currently. Yeah. Okay. Create a directory out there. Just give not like that. Just give mkdir new TBS. Just give mkdir new TBS. So that will be the directory for our table space.
Okay.
Okay.
Tablespace TBS.
Yeah. So all the file once you are giving this is the tablespace directory, all the objects whatever are creating under the tablespace will be created in this folder.
Okay.
Okay. Now let's connect to the database first.
That means all the system table spaces.
Not system.
No,
All
here,
the all the system table spaces should be associated with a directory container.
Okay.
And if it is a database managed table space, then it can be a file container or it can be a raw device container.
Okay.
And we graphical example we saw how to create the table space using the file system container.
Yes.
Or file
Yesterday
container.
we had that option.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So just create the directory.
I think this is.
Yeah. Okay. Now connect to the database, that is db2. Connected to
db2 connect to
my DB.
so that is my db.
Yeah. Okay.
Then
Now again issue the command db2 space double quotes. Yeah. Create a table space. Table space. Table space name will give us a new TBS. Create table space new TBS. Yeah. Then we can give page size 4 KB. No. Don't close this. Yeah. Page size 4K managed by system using brackets open single quotes, then give the path of that directory which we created, that is home/db2inst/new TBS. Okay, single quotes close, bracket close. Then we can associate it with a particular buffer pool. You can issue command buffer pool space the buffer pool name which you created now. For example, new buffer PL. Yeah, double close calls. And So what we did is that we created a buffer pool with the name new TBS, and we told that page size is 4 KB. And the page size what we are specifying should be matching with the page size of the buffer pool.
Okay.
Okay. So in the select star from syscat.bufferpool, we can see that new buffer pool is being created with the page size of 4 KB, 4096 bytes.
Okay.
Okay. So we are telling that the db2 create table space new TBS page size
So
4 KB.
the thing is that this buffer pool, new buffer pool is associated with, sorry, the table space new TBS is associated with this buffer pool.
Yes. So whatever the data coming from this particular table space will be going to new buffer pool,
buffer pool.
because it is attached.
Okay. So if or the manipulating operation,
Yes.
whatever inside the tables will be going to the buffer
The
pool,
buffer pool.
at least for temporary time.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
so
we are
for that's why it should match
yeah, that's the reason they should be matching.
matching.
Yeah.
Okay.
Otherwise, if you are giving a non-matching buffer pool, db2 will throw an error and it will not allow you to create.
Okay.
Okay. And also we have specified that the database, this particular table space is managed by the system.
Okay.
And we are telling that since it's a managed by system, we have to give a device container. So we have given the directory path which we create. Sorry, we have to give a directory container. So we are giving the path of the directory which we created for this particular table space.
Okay.
Okay.
So
Now,
every time this is the way.
this is
every time
the
we have to give the directory
Yes.
path also.
now let's do one thing. Let's connect it to the. We already connected to the database, and this time let's issue the table spaces and see what is the difference seeing for this particular table space.
Okay.
Okay. Now you can issue the command db2 list table spaces. Okay. You can see that the last table space, the table space ID with 4, it says that system managed space.
Okay.
And it contains the regular, it's a regular table space because we have not given any specific value for that particular table space.
Okay.
So if you are not specified anything, by default it will be going for a regular table space.
Okay.
If you want to go for a temporary table space, then you should have given the command as a temporary table space. Create temporary table space, you should have mentioned.
Okay.
Is that fine?
Yes.
Yeah. Now we'll see the details about the container for this particular table space. So for that you can issue the command db2 list table space containers for then digit 4, the table space ID.
Just ID.
Yeah. Enter. You can see that the container is the directory which you specified. Is that fine? So now we created the table space and we created the buffer pool as well by using both graphical as well as the command mode. Okay. Now now we'll see how to resize an existing table space.
Okay.
Okay. How we will be resizing a table space. For that, let's go back to our control center and select a particular table space and we'll resize it.
Okay.
Okay. So resizing is applicable for the file type containers.
Okay.
Okay. For a directory container, for the system managed directory containers, you cannot manage anything from the db2
Okay.
because it is managed by the operating system. So if you want to give more space to the directory containers, the only one option is that we can add more space to the directory which you are containing.
Okay.
Okay, but you cannot increase or decrease the size from the OS from the db2's prompt.
Okay.
Fine.
Okay.
So let's go back to our control center and create a or resize the file system table space which we created.
Okay.
Okay, just go to the table spaces. Pause. Okay. Now select the table space again. Yeah. Now right click. Now you are getting an option like alter, right? So just click there. So now you are getting the size. We are getting some information about the existing table space. That is test DBS regular table space and it's 4 KB of size and it is associated with the IBM default buffer pool. Okay. So point here is that you cannot change the name of the table space and you cannot change the buffer the page size of the table space also.
Okay.
If you want to change the page size of a table space, then you have to create a new table space, then take out the data from this existing table space and insert into the new table space.
Okay.
A table space once created, it cannot change the page size.
Okay.
Okay. Now just click on the containers.
Only it can be extended.
Yeah, it can be extended. It cannot say change the size of the page. Yeah. Container, just click on the container. Yeah. Now you have the option as when you select the file name, you are getting an option as change. Okay. Here you can change the size. I mean, you can increase the size, or you can here when you are telling 50 MB, it is going to increase the size of the table space.
Okay.
So there are two options. One is that if you are telling is here as 50 MB, the size is increased to size is changed to 50 MB.
Okay.
Okay, and on downside you are seeing alter container size. Plus, if you are giving 5 MB, then the size is increasing. Whatever the existing size, to that 5 MB will be added.
Okay.
Did you get the difference between the two things?
Okay. Set container size, we can increase that.
Set container size, we are telling the correct exact size of the container.
Exact
we are not
size.
telling that this is can be increased or decreased.
Decreased. Okay.
Yeah. Other place what you are telling that either increase the table space container size by 5 MB or decrease it by 5 MB. So whatever the previous size is there, to that it will be 5 or 10 MB added. Okay. And here another option what we are having is that we have the option to add one more data file here. Just click on add option. Yeah. Again give the path /home/db2 inst1 /mytbs test tbs 2.dbf. Is 2.dbf. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Now you can find out the command for this by just giving the show SQL command. So you can see that the total size is 50 plus 20 MB, that is 70 MB. Okay, so there are two commands are getting added: alter table space, test table space, add the data file, and resize the existing data file by another value. There are two commands are getting executed in a single SQL. Yeah.
Okay.
Just give close and
Both altering and resizing.
both first it is adding a new data file, and
Adding
then
new
it's
data
resizing the existing one.
Okay.
Okay, just close it. Yeah. Now just click on OK. The same way we can increase the size of the buffer pool as well. So just click on the buffer pool tab. Select one of the buffer pool which you created. Yeah, there is an alter buffer pool option is there. Yeah. You can, if you want to increase the size, you can increase sizes, say 4,000 pages or 3,000 pages, which are too much size need not. Can you reduce 1 0? Otherwise, it may affect the performance of the system. Yeah. Now just give the show SQL command. You will get the command. So it is telling that alter buffer pool name, immediate, then size and the new value for the size.
Okay.
Okay. So this is the same value can be used for, same command can be used for increasing the size of the buffer pool as well as decreasing the size of the buffer pool.
Okay.
Fine. Yeah. Just give OK. Yeah. So the buffer pool size is changed now. Okay. So this is clear, right?
Yes.